So how do you find hidden assets for a subject? This is Dave at AFX Search, licensed private investigators. In many cases, finding assets that have been concealed is an important part of discovering funds that may be used to satisfy a judgment or a claim against a person or a company. And many times, the debtor attempts to conceal the assets by transferring them to somebody else's name, putting them in a format that's not easily found. For example, putting them in a hidden bank account, or even sometimes putting them in the form of cash that could be concealed easier without any records. Finding hidden assets is an expertise of an investigative firm. In many cases, it's discovered through not finding the asset directly, finding the flow of funds into that asset. Originally, at some point, that money or those funds were in one place that were visible, and they may have been concealed, but the flow and the paper trail of where they went to is sometimes harder to conceal. At the same time, some other assets have maintenance that goes along with them and support that goes along with them. For example, if somebody buys a house and puts it in their mother-in-law's name, that's great. You don't see that in the debtor's name, but the insurance, taxes, maintenance, upkeep, other expenses that go into the house, if the mother-in-law truly doesn't own it, she's not going to be paying it. So those transactions may be found through the debtor on their credit card, on their checking account, and those small payments sometimes are the key to finding the asset. We once discovered a multi-million dollar vessel. It was a 200-foot yacht, because the owner of the yacht, who was trying to hide that they owned it, bought a $20 bolt at the marine part supply location at the marina. And it was, once we had that expense on their debit card, we tracked it back, found out it was a bolt, found out which yacht it went to, and then we had to go through the process of proving the ownership of that yacht by tracking down things like wire transfers to the yacht broker and back to the shell company and then back to that debtor. But we wouldn't have been able to do that unless we had discovered that yacht to begin with through that one small payment. So there are methods to find hidden assets of any kind, whether they're aircraft, yachts, hidden cash, bank vault storage units, even things like overseas accounts can be located that way. We had one client who had poker chips that they went to the casino, bought a bunch of chips, figuring they would hide money that way. It can all be located. If you have questions about the best way to discover concealed or hidden assets, you can reach us at our website at afxsearch.com.